No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Pow day.
Dude, let's go.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live from BroncoNationNews.com is presented by RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, the stage is set. Draft day, the 2025 NFL Draft, it is here, and we are live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Just a mammoth setup. I'll bet this thing's bigger than the size of a football field when you put it all together. But Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lambeau Field, the NFL Draft, Ashton Jeanty making history. And we got you covered to kick off draft day right here on Bronco Nation News. My name is BJ Rains. I am live in Green Bay making our man Johnny Ballgame jealous. Johnny, if you're lucky, maybe we got something to add to your studio. Maybe a little mini foot, maybe a little mini helmet here. Maybe I
love that stuff.
We got to get something to add to your mini to, just have you do the show for free today, and we'll buy you a souvenir and even it out. But draft day, I know you're a big draft guy, Johnny. Big day for you. You're there in the RowPaint.com studios. John Mallory, host of Prater in the Ball Game 3 to 6. You hear him, and they'll be all over with a 3-hour pregame show today to get you set for the NFL Draft. But Johnny, draft day, it's here. How we doing, man?
It's not about us, but that'll be fun. We're going to have a kick-ass show today too, BJ. But, man, it's about BNN, Bronco Nation News. I hope you guys know, or the followers and people who pay attention and follow Boise sports, how sweet is this? BJ's there. He's right there. He was with Ashton Jeanty yesterday. He's going to be around Spencer Danielson and just giving us this inside access. It's just terrific, BJ, that you've done this. So, man, tip of the cap there. It's an honor to be on with you today. I'm still not going to do it for free, but this is a blast, and I can't wait to talk the draft with you in this. I was thinking collision of goats, but it's not a collision. It's kind of a congregation, of the two great goats of Boise State football are Kellen Moore and Ashton Jeanty, and they are both on display with massive storylines hours from now. My partner, Mike Prater, said it yesterday on Idaho Sports Talk. Outside of like a game, this is one of the biggest nights in Boise sports history with round one of the NFL Draft. Where will Ashton Jeanty go, and what will Kellen Moore do with the first pick, 9 overall, the Saints have, as he is now their head coach. So you just couldn't ask really for anything better. I popped out of bed. I pop out of bed most days, but today, BJ, whoa, man, I think I was up before 7. That's crazy for me, BJ. I'm ready.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now, Johnny, I mean, even as most recent as a couple days ago, we're just hoping, okay, looks like number 6 to the Raiders is going to be the top spot that he could go. And oh, I've got housekeeping knocking on the door, Johnny. I'm okay right now. Thank you.
Invite her in.
Well,
get her on. Get her on the show. What's her name?
Who does housekeeping?
BJ, how old is she?
10:05 in the morning.
Is she single?
I'm not you, Johnny. Sorry. I don't think the soup. I'm okay. Thank you. Gosh, geez.
I had Tommy Boy flashbacks. Let's go. Bring it, BJ. What?
Draft
night? Yeah.
Yes, I lost my train of thought there. Number 6 to the Raiders, we thought was going to be the high point, Johnny, but now it seems like he's not going to last to number 6. I think if you want Ashton Jeanty in this draft, you've got to get up to number 5. It sounds like.
BJ, I mean, I don't think Jeanty's going to last to the Raiders, and I wanted this for selfish reasons because I get to keep somewhat of a geographic significance to his NFL career here where I am professionally. And I know we can talk about that a little later, just you and I and everybody, and Prater and Jay, and just our jobs, how fortunate we were to kind of have a front row seat to this journey from the time he showed up as a 17-year-old in January to tonight, when, as he says, he's going to be the first to dance with Roger Goodell on the stage on draft night, like mega national star. So just from that perspective, I hope I can stop and smell the roses a little bit, but the Raiders would keep that. They would keep Boise in close proximity to this kid. Are you kidding me? What do I want for Christmas this year, Dad? I want to go see the Raiders play. Can we see a Jeanty game? Okay, we'll see what we can do, right? I mean, that's going to be the talk. Jacksonville, you know what? I hate it, but it might as well just be Mars. Mars has a team, and Jeanty was the first pick. He's going to play on Mars, right? It just feels so far away, but I think that's where they are. I think he's going to go 5th, BJ. But is it Jacksonville or is it the Raiders who say, dude, just flip 6 to 5 and we'll be willing to give you whatever you want to even that out? Is it the Raiders calling New England at 4 because they're scared that Jacksonville's going to take him? So the Patriots, what will it take for the Patriots to drop down to 6? There might be some moving and shaking. And I say this and I just want to stop myself because it's absurd to think that this would happen for someone who played that position. But again, that's just how special the NFL is realizing this kid is, and instantly probably gives you a top 10 to top 15 running game in this league. So yeah, man, I think he's going 5th at the Raiders. If they get him at 6, I'll be signed up as you will. BJ, you already are in Vegas more than anybody I know. If Jeanty becomes a Raider, BJ, you guys will probably just get a place down there. And I'm kind of being serious on that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. I could probably try to convince my wife of that. Maybe Circa will just give us the penthouse or something. I don't know, but there's 2 other teams, Johnny, that I know are very interested in him. One is the Denver Broncos. They would have to trade way up from 20 or wherever they pick, but I know the Denver Broncos really like him. And I think the team to watch tonight, Johnny, is the Bears. The Chicago Bears. They had a lot of their media that were here. I was listening to Ashton doing some other interviews in the scrum there after I was done chatting with him, and there was a lot of talk about Ben Johnson. Don't forget the running backs coach now with the Bears is Eric Bieniemy as well, and they, Ben Johnson, what he did with that running game in Detroit, and then the fact that you have a really nice, strong offensive line returning for the Bears. I think the Bears seem like they make a lot of sense as well, but I mean, it's pretty much a lock. They'll have to trade up from 10 if they want to do it, but got a couple of folks in the chat giving their teams. Hope he goes to Denver. Benjamin says Broncos, please. It could happen. Don't be surprised. Greg mentioned Chicago trading up. I do think that is a possibility. And Bronco Nation update saying, how about trade with New England at 4?
Exactly.
They're kind of the team now, Johnny, that if everybody's talking about Jacksonville now taking him at 5, first 5 was the spot to get in front of the Raiders. Now, if you want Ashton Jeanty, you may not be dealing with Jacksonville. You may call the Patriots at number 4. Jeanty's stock just keeps going up and up. I think going 3rd or 4th is not crazy at this point.
Nope. I mean, I was talking to a former NFL coach who was talking about Jacksonville loves this kid, Jeanty. And they didn't, it just kind of fell into their lap, just doing their due diligence, not thinking they needed that position as bad as maybe they thought, but also looking at what he brings. Brian Thomas Jr. was the best rookie wide receiver in the NFL last year. And man, you already committed so much money to Trevor Lawrence. Jeanty comes in on a rookie contract. It won't kill your cap in a division that is more than capable of, contending in instantly. I see that. And Jacksonville, like I said, it might as well be on Mars. They have never had a grade A bona fide national football celebrity that has played for that organization. Jeanty could check that box too. Jacksonville is trying to be Europe's team. They're trying to own London. They play 2 games there a year. Maybe in that regard, Jeanty, his star power, if he has runs anywhere close like he had in college in the NFL, it's magnified by 1 million. The whole league's going to fall in love. Football fans everywhere are going to fall in love with this kid, no matter where he plays for. Now, remember, the NFL is the only sport I've ever seen that's kind of impervious to geographic location when you're a megastar. Peyton Manning was the biggest star in the sport. He was in Indiana, okay, and then Denver. LaDainian Tomlinson, remember how big he was 20 years ago? He was in San Diego. You don't necessarily need to be in the market. Patrick Mahomes is in Missouri. It doesn't matter. Jacksonville's just needed the player. So maybe in that regard, BJ, he checks those boxes as well. But again, I think, the Bears are really interesting too. I like what they were saying on that. But man, Chicago's going to really have to open up the wallet and maybe give a little bit more in terms of the future. But man, Jeanty in Chicago, and you're right, I haven't seen a fan base, BJ, more that wants him more than the Bears fans.
Hey, we are giving you a free show here on YouTube. We're going to hear from Ashton Jeanty, hear from Joel Klatt. I want to show you the sights and sounds yesterday as well. But you're watching this for free here on social media thanks to some of our great sponsors, including our title sponsor, roepaint.com, roepaint.com. Andy Rowe and company do a tremendous job, whether it's a concrete coating for that back patio, that garage, whether it's interior, exterior painting, all your painting needs. Hit up roepaint.com. Tell them you heard about it on Bronco Nation News, and they'll hook you up with a sweet deal. Hey, Taco Bell, I know that's a big sponsor there at KTIK. Now, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. If you're looking for a job, they are hiring at Taco Bell. So free food while you work, half your wages the next day after your shift. And they got some great food at Taco Bell as well. Those canteen boxes, the Lux Cravings boxes, Cantina bowls, great options there. My kids love the slushies and the cheesy roll-ups, so hit up our friends at Taco Bell. And Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, the best in the business. Mobile e-branch, online banking, so easy to use right there on your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union, check them out, ICCU.com. All right, Johnny, the day started yesterday with a clinic for the youth kids here. Here's Ashton Jeanty getting introduced to the crowd at this clinic yesterday. All the kids were pumped up to see him and meet him, and pretty cool deal yesterday. Ashton Jeanty and the prospects, they do this every year, Johnny, out there. I did kind of want to go punch Roger Goodell, but I decided not to. But here's Ashton Jeanty, one of the Special Olympics kids. You can tell this meant the world to him, scoring the touchdown here. Ashton Jeanty's pumped. They do a lot of stuff like this the day before the draft, Johnny, but pretty cool.
I love this. How cool is that? I mean, that dude's going to tell people forever. I caught a pass from Ashton Jeanty. Mom, Dad, can I get an Ashton Jeanty jersey? I mean, it's moments like that I hope people realize that sometimes these guys, you spend 27 seconds with someone.
Yep.
They will spend the rest of their life talking about that 27 seconds, and it looks like that was one of those moments right there. Nice shot, BJ. Now,
it started out rainy. Got into Lambeau Field here. It was raining early part of the day. They had to take a little bit of a break from the media stuff to let the rain pass. But once it did pass, we got to tour the NFL draft experience, Johnny, all the team things. A very cool setup where they had the Super Bowl trophies out. They have the championship rings out, the helmets. There's all kinds of interactive games and things. And it's a cool area. I mean, I can see why this has become a big event, and it's kind of crazy it hasn't happened sooner. What is this, the third or fourth year, Johnny? They've kind of taken this out, to the other NFL cities and things. It hasn't happened it hasn't been that long, has it?
15?
No, it hasn't been that long. I don't think
It's been a long time, man.
Okay, well, they should have started it even sooner because it's a pretty cool deal. And they wanted something local, Johnny, for the various cities and things. So this is on the ground. This is basically in a tent. They actually created a dive bar, a Green Bay, Wisconsin dive bar here, and you can try some of their different foods and things. But they have a map right here, Johnny, with all the visitors and things. And there I am putting in the pin for Boise, Idaho. So I was the first to put the Boise, Idaho pin in the map there at the NFL drafts for where you're watching the draft from. There it is right there. So I made sure I could have put St. Louis, man, but I put Boise, Idaho. I got us on the map there. We are officially on the map and I'm sure there'll be plenty others following in the next few days from there as well. But here's the setup outside, Johnny. You have the parking lot. You just see the massive size of this stage, and this was all built from scratch for the draft. And like I said, it doesn't do it justice how big this actually is. I mean, it's probably as big as it's bigger than an airplane hangar. I mean, it's probably as big as a football field, to be honest.
Kevin Williams, could you fit 2 Kevin Williams indoors?
Maybe so. That? I mean, there's Lambeau Field right there, so you can kind of see this is the parking lot where the thousands of fans will be hanging. There's suites and things on both sides. They have the media center and all that kind of stuff. And then there's the draft building right there for folks kind of wanting to kind of get the lay of the land and the scene here. And this is going to be kind of just packed with thousands of fans standing around drinking their $20 beers watching this thing tonight. And here's the inside as we showed you off the top, Johnny. As you can see at the bottom, they have the little areas they've started this too, where each of the fan bases get 15 seats or so that they'll be watching the draft from. And then on the left and the right, there's some various areas. I believe Jeremiah Dickey will be somewhere on the right area over here. They've got kind of some high top tables, and they'll have some areas for some of the extended guests and dignitaries of the teams and things like that. But I mean, look at the detail and the interactive stuff that went into this, Johnny, for something that's just literally a 3-day event. And it looks like this thing was built, to last forever, in terms of just the interactive things. And there is the main stage where they'll walk out, where the commissioner, Roger Goodell, will dap up Ashton Jeanty tonight and make Boise State history as the highest pick ever from Boise State. They also, Johnny, let us sneak into the green room. Oh, first of all, this is the reverse view. This is the view. There's the NFL Network set, I believe, on the left. ESPN has a set as well, but this is the view from the stage. So if you're on the stage, this is kind of out looking at what you're looking at. Here, there's the Lambeau Field right in the background. There's the other ESPN NFL Network stage in the other corner. And as I said, there's some seating on the corners and sides and things as well.
BJ,
yes.
Football rules, man.
It does.
Football rules.
Look at the green room now. Talk about stuff that's been upgraded over the years, Johnny. No more just, card table and chairs waiting for your pick here. You have couches.
That's where they're hanging. Like Jeanty will be sitting on one of those couches tonight.
Yes.
Like that.
Yep.
It used to be just a round table with some chairs. This is it. Oh my gosh.
Spencer Danielson will be in there as well. The funny part is they even have like an old school phone sitting there that I know no one's getting the call on the actual
helmet phone, dude. The helmet phone, a draft staple.
Yeah, God, it's wired. They have a phone that's like wired into the wall. Here's the red carpet as well. This would be right up Johnny's alley as well. It's actually a green carpet, Johnny, for tonight. They've got a carpet with some football field here for Lambeau Field, and so this will be on NFL Network on ESPN as well. All the prospects will walk down the red carpet, so to speak, and fans can actually come into the stadium and watch. This is inside Lambeau Field. Fans can watch from inside the stadium as the players make their way out this door, down the red carpet. They'll stop for various interviews and things. And as I said, the grandstands right there on the side will have fans that just want to come see these prospects up close and maybe don't have tickets inside the draft theater. So one of the many things they've added in recent years to make this more of a show and an event. And the red carpet, there's the green carpet here at Lambeau Field. So wanted to give you the sights and sounds there, Johnny. It was a fun day yesterday, and certainly a lot of different things. And thanks to the NFL for kind of giving us the tour. But I sat on one of those couches for a few seconds, Johnny. So whichever prospect is lucky enough to have the couch that I sat on there, they're touching greatness before they even reach the NFL.
They've done a really good job just storytelling, and that's how the NFL tells these stories. They put you inside, you get to see their family and just the moment, the dream, that level of the dream being fulfilled to the maximum. I mean, that's the highest level of the dream, to be a first round draft pick. In many cases, go to the draft, hug your mom, your dad, your siblings, your girlfriend, whatever, and and become an NFL player, get on stage and have that huge hug with Roger Goodell. I thought about this. Do you think he's sore the next day? I mean, BJ, and people who don't watch the draft and you'll watch tonight, check out the hugs that Roger Goodell gives these players. In most cases, are big-time athletes, big players, 6'5", 300 pounds, whatever, big dudes. And they're just these massive hugs. I wonder if Goodell wakes up the next day like a little sore, because he puts a lot into those hugs too. Even the hugs, yeah, we're here talking about. The draft's a big deal, and tonight, certainly Ashton Jeanty, Kellen Moore as well, like I said. So, man, BJ, I can't believe you're there. Are you going to do anything as far as like Kellen coverage if you find anything with the Saints?
I will, but I mean, Kellen won't be here. Usually the head coaches and everything are back at their draft war room and all that. So Kellen, I don't believe, is here. But yeah, we'll be tracking that and following that. And we do have plans to do a live Jackson's post-game show, so to speak, after Ashton gets picked tonight. There is a Radio Row, and we'll be a live BNN broadcast tonight, Johnny. You're free to join. Prater's free to join. Anybody that wants to jump on for a few minutes tonight, we'd love to have you. We'll have Ashton Jeanty joining us. We'll have Spencer Danielson joining us after the draft. A lot of interviews and things set up. We'll be live. So not right after he gets picked. We'll need to do the interviews and things, but somewhere late in the first round probably we'll pop on and have a live show from Green Bay tonight. And then you, Johnny, are going to help host tomorrow with Jay Tust. I'll be flying back. I know you just remembered that, and I'm sure you're pumped, but we'll send you a little extra something in the Venmo today.
You better
for helping us out.
I'm hosting BNN tomorrow. Yeah,
I will. But I'll give you the Jeanty interview to play. I'll send back a little report, so we'll have part of the show done for you already. But you just need to run point and help out a little bit tomorrow, as I'll be flying back to Boise. But no, it's going to be cool. Going to be a lot of fun. Somebody asked about the where's the green room located in relation to the stage. It's right behind it. There was a little walkway they took us down. They showed us, Johnny, there's a little new era kind of setup where the hat will be, and then a mirror, so you can put the hat on and kind of look at the mirror to see how you look, your last thing right off the side of the stage before you walk out and make history. But they've got a cool kind of walkway with some local artists and things, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The kind of walkway from the green room up to the stage probably takes 30 to 45 seconds, I would assume. Don't know what color suit Ashton is wearing tonight, but I don't think I'm right.
Be the first to know. However you can.
Well, I was just going to say, because I know it's not about Ashton, it's about me and what I'm wearing tonight. But I don't think I'm ready, Johnny, to let you know. But I'm just going to say I'm going out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm going.
In the comments, BJ going out of his comfort zone would look like what? Maybe wrong answers only. No, I mean, what? I mean, are you gonna wear a tuxedo? I mean,
I'm not wearing a tuxedo, no. But
Indiana Jones hat. That's
no,
what
we're not going hat. I've done that before. A
bow tie.
You know what? I did think about bow tie, but I'm not going bow tie. But maybe just the color of the sport coat, the design of the sport coat is not a traditional, navy blue sport coat that I would wear. But I just figured, you know what? NFL draft. And I got to be honest, you know what? When they made the turf blue, Gene Blameyer said, hey, I could go spend all this money on a new green turf and nobody will know. And so I'm going blue so everybody knows. So I was going to get a new sport coat, and I said I could go get blue or black and nobody would know. So I went and bought I expanded a little bit, Johnny, so you'll have to find out later today. I bet
that's a nice jacket, BJ.
It is a very nice jacket. Hey, let's get back to what people really care about. Ashton Jeanty. I had a chance to catch up with him yesterday, and there was hundreds of media members there, and he gave me a couple minutes, and then you'll notice at the end all the other reporters kind of just barged into my interview there. But Ashton Jeanty.
I did see that. But
I had a couple more questions. I didn't want to keep them too long, but I had a couple more questions. They had given me my 2 minutes, and they were tired of waiting, so they just kind of put their mics in there. But
if you have 30 seconds, maybe it's in the latrine or somewhere with Roger Goodell, would you bring up St. Louis on him?
You know what? I might. I'm going to remind him.
Hurt us.
Hey, if you have this issue with the Cincinnati Bengals stadium coming up, we'd love to have him in St. Louis.
Love it. Yeah. All right, Jeanty, yesterday.
All right, Ashton Jeanty speaking with BNN.
You know this man, no introduction needed. Ashton Jeanty. My name's BJ Rains, Bronco Nation News. Made it to Green Bay. We're catching up with Ashton. Crazy, man. It's here. You're in Green Bay. The draft's tomorrow. What's the feeling like, man?
Excitement, man, just ready to see where I'm going. It's been a long process, but I'm glad the moment's almost here.
What are the emotions like as you just think of all the years of football, all the practices, all the sweat, all the Pee-wee football growing up, and now tomorrow night here in Green Bay, you're going to find out where you're headed?
I think a lot of just gratefulness, just excited. I mean, it's so many emotions, but most of all, just to look back and think, when I was a little kid, dreaming of this moment. Now, the younger me would be so proud of me to be here today.
Are you able to kind of soak that in and realize, you're going to make Boise State history tomorrow, hopefully be the highest picked ever from Boise State. You're going to be a millionaire here real soon. Just has it sunk in kind of what you're about to do?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it'll really, hit me once we're there, tomorrow in the green room. And then obviously once my name gets called, I'm on the stage. But it's just a blessing. How
did Boise State prepare you for this, and for all the fans back in Boise and watching this and rooting for you back in Boise tomorrow? What's that connection, that feeling like, knowing how they helped you get here?
Yeah, just extreme, just gratefulness in the program that believed in me. That let me be myself and grow into the man I am, also the football player. So on and off the field, they did a great job in helping me grow and, most important, develop into, a great human being all around.
When you arrived at Boise State that first day, could you ever have imagined this?
I did imagine it, but I don't know if it would quite have been like this. But, it's just amazing to be where I'm at now.
Coaches, the first-round picks at Boise State, all the guys from Boise State, what's this going to mean to you to add your name to that legacy, that list of greats in the NFL from Boise State?
It's going to be amazing. And just especially, for Boise State, showing that it doesn't matter what school you're at, Group of 5, Power 5, you can get recruited and, play in the NFL and, be one of the high picks.
What is your message for the fans and everybody back in Boise watching today and tomorrow?
Man, all love, forever grateful for Boise State, the community. Go Broncos.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. There you go. Ashton Jeanty. People are saying he's already a millionaire, Johnny. Is he technically already a millionaire?
He's worth, as far as those folks are concerned with assets, portfolio, whatever that is, probably.
Yeah, Nike deal. They're saying the Open Door commercials, Sharpie, all the other commercials he's done. Yeah, he probably is already a millionaire.
He's that's the difference between, or one of the differences between Ashton and Kellen, is that Kellen was never a national celebrity. Ashton Jeanty, BJ, most people in Boise, heck, I could probably put a picture of Bijan Robinson here and Jahmyr Gibbs here, just the face, and say, BJ, which one's Gibbs? You'd have to think about it. My 9-year-old nephew in Seattle asks me for Ashton Jeanty autographs. I'm like, dude, if I get him to sign something, he's signing it for me. Case in point right here. He's 9 in Seattle. Everybody knows who Ashton Jeanty is. It's because of the spectacular fashion of his runs and all the tools you see, the speed, the jumping, the power, the stiff arm, the acceleration, all those tools, the balance, after contact, all that stuff. Ashton Jeanty has taken this to a national thing. If this pops for him in the NFL, and I don't know why it won't, he's going to be, I see one of the 5-10 most notably recognized NFL players in this country. I think he's on his way, and man, what a ride it was for guys like you and me, just because of our job, happened to get front row seats to the last 3 years.
Yeah, I remember interviewing him the Sunday night before signing day. He's sitting there in his literally at his kitchen at his house in Texas doing a Zoom interview with me on our draft day show, the Sunday night before signing day. And there were some fans a little worried because I think TCU and a couple schools were trying to come in late, and this dude's like, no, I'm all in. I'm signing. I'm bleeding blue. I'm going, go Broncos. And then a couple of years later, here he is now, stuck through the commitment. And when they build those statues someday in front of the football stadium facility, wherever they decide to do it, he's going to be one of the first ones. And I was telling somebody yesterday, Johnny, it just wouldn't have been the same if he went and played 1 year at South Carolina or 1 year at Oregon or somewhere else. When he walked across that stage, you wouldn't have had, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be here. It's just different, man. Just
right.
The fact that he stuck with it, I think obviously he gambled. It paid off for himself. He's going to be a top 5 pick, but I think the connection that Boise State fans will forever have with him because of what he did, took less money, stayed. I know it's kind of an overplayed narrative nationally, but I think that is part of the reason why there is a special connection with Ashton Jeanty and this fan base because of the loyalty that Ashton showed and what he decided to do, and the fact that forever Boise State fans will be able to call Ashton Jeanty theirs.
He'll be forever on the Mount Rushmore of any Mount Rushmore regarding Boise State, overall, football, whatever. He's on there, BJ. And, I mean, the Maxwell, I mean, every time we walk into the Blameyer, I still see it. It's just, I'll use a Jeanty saying, it's just dope seeing the Doak Walker Award right when you walk in the building now. I mean, that's the running back Heisman. And like you said, to the decision, and yeah, it's kind of an overplayed story now, but it all just worked perfectly for him. Other than the fact that maybe he missed out on a few bucks, but look at his endorsements. He has more endorsement money now than Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs combined, I would imagine. I'm not seeing those dudes anywhere. Like, the only thing that I guess didn't is he didn't win the Heisman. But, dude, I mean, who cares at this point? He's going to be a star in the NFL, and you're right. It was the most fantastic season any Boise State athlete, in my opinion, has had or probably will ever have. And it's great that he did stay, because Boise State fans are going to be repping Ashton Jeanty forever.
We're live in Green Bay here on Bronco Nation News, getting you set for the NFL draft tonight. Johnny is in the rowpaint.com studios there in downtown Boise, and you're watching a free show, free coverage here on social media. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. So I want to hear from Joel Klatt from Fox, Johnny, in just a second, but I do want to thank a couple more sponsors that keep this show free of charge for you guys to watch, and that includes Jackson's. Today is Jackson's Thursday. Go get that 99-cent coffee anytime, day or night, using your Let's Go Rewards app at Jackson's. And also, they've got that $5 meal deal going on, 2 hot dogs and a kettle chips for $5 from our friends at Jackson's. Hey, Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game. They've got a spa for the back patio. They got the pool table for the game room, the sauna. They got you covered. All kinds of great deals and things going on. TheSpaTeam.com is their website. They're part of the Boise State home team. Been around since 1978. Locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. Check them out again online, TheSpaTeam.com. Speaking of Ashton Jeanty gear, they got plenty of it still at the Blue and Orange store, and they'll be having his NFL jersey there pretty soon as well at the Pro Image right next door. Whether you're looking for jerseys, caps, bumper stickers, car flags, that clearance rack at the front of the store is the best value in town. The Blue and Orange store. At second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall there next to Pro Image, or online anywhere in the world at theblueandorangestore.com. Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, they can help you out as well. LithiaFordBoise.com. You can view their full inventory of vehicles. The Rains family purchased our F-150 from Lithia and loving every bit of it. So just go online, LithiaFordBoise.com. You can view their full inventory, do your research ahead of time, then go onto the showroom there. And when you're talking NIL, Johnny, and you're talking kind of supporting Boise State from a variety of ways, nobody does it bigger than Jim Sturk and everybody over at Lithia Ford of Boise. So return the favor at LithiaFordBoise.com. And Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate, number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Hey, you meet everybody in the picture there when you buy or sell a home with Matt, because the customer service, the personal attention to detail is unmatched every step of the way. No stone is left unturned. BauscherRealEstate.com. He is the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Rains family found that out firsthand why that is the case. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate, and again online at BauscherRealEstate.com. Johnny, right before the storm hit, I was supposed to talk to our man Charles Davis. I know he's been on your show a number of times on KTIK. Daniel Jeremiah, NFL draft analyst as well. I was next in line to get to them, and then this storm hit, and they kind of ushered us out for a while. But I did get, you can see kind of the skies darkening in the background, but I did get a couple quick minutes with Joel Klatt. He's on the call with Gus Johnson, the main crew on Fox. For their college games, and he also does a lot of work and taping things with the NFL draft and analyzing prospects. Here is Joel Klatt talking about Ashton Jeanty.
Up to this, what makes him so special?
Oh man, I mean, there's almost too much to talk about. So, like on the field, he's obviously incredibly balanced. He's got great vision. He's got great speed, and there's this idea, at least for me, that he didn't catch the ball a lot last year, but I think that they were trying to lean more into rushing yards, and rightly so, but he can catch it. And then he's a great guy, great locker room guy. He's a team leader, all of those things. He's easily the total package, and that's why I had him mocked in the top 5 in my last mock draft, and I think that he's going to go somewhere around there.
This combination of the speed, but also the physicality and the tackle breaking. I mean, just what in terms of prospects coming out, what can you say just about, you mentioned being the total package? I mean, he looks like he truly is.
He really is. he's a bit of a combination of a lot of the great running backs that have come out in the last 5 or 6 years. You know, he's got some of that electricity and power of Saquon. In the open field, he reminds me a little bit of Christian, you know, so like he does a great job. There's not many backs that I've had in the last few years that have been as good as Ashton, so he's right up there with Christian and Saquon as the guys that I think have been the best backs.
I know sometimes it's hard to translate or hard to figure out how a skill set can translate to the NFL, but I mean, it seems like he's ready to come in day one and just be an impact starter.
There's no doubt. He can run any type of scheme, you know, and because he's got the vision, he's got the patience, all of those different things. So my issue with Ashton is just, is he going to a team that understands how to use him, how to run the football? And I think the example of that is Saquon wasn't Saquon until he got with Philadelphia, you know, and so fit is always a big deal in these draft situations, and we'll see where he goes.
Do you think there is a one or two teams that if he went to would just be great fits, and one that they're talking about that you wouldn't love to see him go to? Or
not off the top of my head. I think that Jacksonville is hot on him, so I could see him going to the Jaguars.
In terms of what he did at Boise State, coming in there, finishing second in the Heisman, just for folks back in Boise watching this, just what can you say about the college season he had, 2,601 yards?
As good of a college football season from a running back as we've seen in a long time. You know, there's only two that are even able to be mentioned in the same breath. Obviously Barry's year, and that one got a lot of run. Melvin Gordon's year at Wisconsin. It was fun to watch. It was very fun to watch, and in particular, doing it for Boise State and just expanding what I feel like is the scope of interest in college football outside of just the main blue bloods in the bigger conferences. I think that was really special.
We'll ask you just one question, if you don't mind, about Boise State and Spencer Danielson and the program there. You've obviously been following that through Jeanty and just as a college football analyst, you know, commentator. What do you make of Spencer and Boise State getting to the playoff last year and just the direction their program's headed?
I love it. I think that the expansion of the playoff was much needed in order to expand the meaning of success and definition of success in our sport. So to not only see Boise do what they were able to do, but also see, you know, Indiana, Arizona State, these other teams that, again, give more fan bases hope across the entire landscape. That's something that we desperately needed in college football. We had defined success in such a narrow scope in 5 or 6 programs across the country, and to expand that out and what Spencer and Boise has done, Indiana, Arizona State, like all of those teams, I think it's incredibly important for college football writ large.
Well, there you go, Johnny. Joel Klatt, a fan of Ashton Jeanty and Boise State. And you heard the announcer in the background there trying to usher people off the stage because the storm was coming in or out of the field. But at least we got Joel Klatt, and he was very positive on Ashton Jeanty.
Did you ask him about Mike Sanford, Coach Sanford over there?
I was supposed to ask him about Bedell, too. I should have asked him about Bedell.
Yeah, was he teammates with Brad Bedell?
So, yeah.
Bedell's quarterback, maybe? I can't remember if they crossed paths there.
Yeah,
but
I only had a certain number of time, and it was, like I said, they're literally waiting to pull the hook on it because of the storm coming in. So I would have had a couple more questions. But
imagine if you would have asked him, because Joel Klatt is like the #1 statistical leader in several Maine, Colorado, Buffalo passing statistics career. He's one of their better quarterbacks they've had at CU. I wonder what his thoughts are. And I promise you his number isn't retired. I wonder what his thoughts would have been if you would ask just, hey, Buff, did you show up with the retirement ceremony?
I should have started with that and told them we knew Sanford and all that. I just didn't have a lot of time, but
yeah, I get you,
it's kind of a who's who, man. I was at dinner yesterday and saw Dan Patrick and his whole crew. I sent sent you a picture. I was one of those guys that acted like I was walking by on my phone and got the picture of Dan Patrick.
I've done it.
He had his whole, if you ever seen the Dan Patrick show, he had probably 12 people, all the hosts, all the camera guys. They had a huge long table, and there's Dan Patrick just down there at the end kind of holding court. That was pretty cool at the little pizza place across the street from my hotel. And there's seen a lot of other kind of who's who. We saw the whole NFL or NFL Live, whatever the ESPN show is. They were going yesterday. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and I'm sure it'll be even crazier today. Speaking of crazy, Johnny, I did want to touch on Ahmed Hassanein, his chances for the weekend, some of the other guys, and kind of a cool moment that happened last night with him. But first, want to thank Ridley's Family Markets. ShopRidleys.com. Check them out. 13 locations in the state of Idaho, the surrounding states. If you're looking for that hometown grocery store, you can download that Skip app. Get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line. Ridley's Family Markets. Find a location near you at ShopRidleys.com. If you're looking for a job, transportation compliance service can help you out. TransCompService.com. They can get you into the trucking industry, all the paperwork and things you need. They're a local company helping out folks all over the world. Get more information online, TransCompService.com. You want to eat healthy, or more importantly, maybe just the convenience of not having to cook? Lean Feast Meridian can help you out. Online, leanfeastmeridian.com is their website, leanfeastmeridian.com. They've got chicken, steak, fish, shrimp. It's all done by the ounce. It's by the weight. It's how much you want, how many scoops. You tell them. Fully customizable. It's fresh, not frozen. It's good for 5 days in your refrigerator. Pop it in the microwave at work for 2 minutes, and you're eating like a feast. So easy, so awesome. We love Lean Feast. They feed the football team, the basketball team. They can return the favor, feed you as well. LeanFeastMeridian.com. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, how you feeling about Ashton Jeanty tonight? Wherever he goes, leave us a voicemail. We'll play some on the show tonight after the draft, our Jackson's post-game show from the NFL draft here in Green Bay. But speakpipe.com/BNN. You can leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/BNN. It's brought to you by My Signature Roofing. Online, mysignatureroofing.com. They've been covering our community for more than 2 decades. Whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, an inspection, all your roofing needs, make sure you hit up our roofing sponsor, Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com. All right, Johnny, last night we had the Riley and Ridge show, and I jumped on for a little bit. We talked about the draft and things, but they had a great interview. If you want to go back and watch it, Ahmed Hassanein on the cusp of history, talking about his journey from Egypt and just everything that went with that, and being the first Egyptian player, hopefully, to get drafted into the NFL. And everybody in Boise kind of knows his story, but he really dove in with some details and how he got to know Spencer Danielson and getting that DM on Twitter and just some of the details. And it was a pretty cool deal. And it got even more cool when Johnny, his phone rang in the middle of the show here. Here's what happened.
And at that time, my brother convinced my dad, and he was like, "Hey, why you send him to America school? Send him to America with me. I'm a high school football coach and an English teacher." Yeah, I'm not going to answer that. It's probably a team. No, I've been getting a lot of calls.
That's good.
I'm just going to answer that real quick because they've been calling me, so I'll
take it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Riley will talk for a minute.
Oh, for sure.
The Philadelphia Eagles just called me. That was the Philadelphia Eagles, yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. And he was like, "Hey, we just want to make sure that's your number for the draft, and we'll have you on our draft board." So we'll see, man. I have.
Hey, that's big time.
Who was it that called you? Do you know?
Philadelphia Eagles.
What person?
His name is Coach Avery. He's the scout or
yeah.
They've been calling me like a ton. So
everybody should be checking up on you to make sure your information's current, all that. Because
I've been getting a lot of these calls.
It's good, dude. I'm happy for you.
I appreciate that.
Big time, dude.
We're all happy for you.
He also said the Tennessee Titans, Johnny, had called him a lot recently, but there you go. Literally just calling in, checking to make sure they have the right number for draft day.
I love when Spencer Danielson talks about Ahmed in the regard of, he said something like, whoever does draft him. I mean, no one's going to be more excited to be a member of the team than Ahmed. Whether it's the Panthers, the Texans, the Jaguars, the Lions, or the Eagles. He's just going to love being on a team. He has old school thoughts in that regard because he is so new to the game and the process. He didn't go through the AAU 7-on-7 culture of all this stuff that's going on now at the youth level of the sport. So, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing. He's going to buy underwear of the team that drafts him. I mean, he's going to wear it around the house. He's going to be absorbed in that team. And like Jim Harbaugh says, he's Ted. He's there every day. That's what Coach Harbaugh says about Scott Matlock. I want Ted. I want someone who's going to be there every day. Ahmed will be 100% Ted for whoever gets him. The only question is, does he and will he get to a level of physicality, athleticism, where he's able to put pressure on NFL quarterbacks getting through NFL offensive lineman, but he's going to get his shot, BJ, and you know him like I do. Whatever type of work needs to be put in, it will be put in.
No doubt about it. What about in terms of the other guys? Maybe this is a topic you and Jay can discuss more tomorrow. I know Brad Bedell wants to join you guys tomorrow as well if you want him. But Tubner, Alec G is hoping Tubner is drafted at some point. I don't know about getting drafted. That'd be great if he could. But Tubner, Robinson, who else you think is going to get a shot here, and whether it be drafted on day 3 or a free agent deal?
You never know. And I've been wrong on this, like so many things, right? Like, I don't remember thinking Matt Paradis possibly was going to get drafted. We were talking yesterday, me, Prater, and Bob, about when Reese Odiombo went in the 3rd round. Like, That was a surprise. He went day 2.
I got the text from his agent. I was packing up my laptop. I was done for the night, and I get a text that says Seahawks, and I look up and they pick 3 spots away, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to all of a sudden go to work that night. Oh yeah.
Prater said the same thing in the Statesman. They had to rally like they were all getting ready to go to the bar across the street. And it's like, what? Okay, back to work, crumple everything up. But yeah, so in the past, I didn't think Avery Williams was going to get picked. Special teams guy, COVID. He did in the 5th round. I would put money on, if there's 3 players taken, that the 3rd is going to be Shea Oladipo. He's proven that he has the speed, physicality. You look at him from that standpoint, he looks like an NFL kid. He's been playing since his true freshman year. He's played in multiple positions. I think he might have played a little bit of corner as a true freshman. I know he played nickel. He's played safety. He's covered both receivers and tight ends. He's, tackle. He put pressure on quarterbacks. So maybe Shea Oladipo maybe comes up there. I'd love to see Tubes get drafted. I'd love to see Jonah get drafted, and all these other guys, Ben Dooley. It's just, I would say probably the 2. I don't, and I hate to say this, but PG, I don't think Abed is a lock. There are a lot of publications and people out there who do this for a living at a much higher level than certainly me, that say, he has a 7-round grade. And sometimes, 7th round grades a lot don't get picked. So I think he's going to get picked, though. I do. But I mean, a lot of people, or not a lot, some people say, hey, Ahmed might even fall to the 7th round. So,
wow. Well, hopefully he goes early on day 3. I know, as I said, Spencer Danielson, Jeremiah Dickey, they are probably already airborne on the PJ coming out to Green Bay today. I will be chatting with both of them before the draft. We'll get those interviews up on Bronco Nation News. And how about this moment for Spencer Danielson, 36-year-old, whatever head coach Johnny? He gets to sit in the green room on one of those couches with Ashton Jeanty tonight as his head coach, and they only get, I think, 6-7 spots, and he wanted Spencer Danielson to have one of them and be there in the green room with him and sitting next to him for this. So it's going to be a surreal thing. Pretty cool. I know you guys will be all over at 3 to 6 today. I'll be joining you at some point, I believe, with the live report from Green Bay, but I know you guys will be all over the draft today.
Can't wait. One of our favorite shows, regardless of it not being one of the pinnacle moments in Boise sports history tonight, with Ashton Jeanty potentially being a top 5 pick, and Kellen Moore, as head coach of the Saints, makes his first draft pick with their organization picking 9th in the draft. They have major storylines too. Does Kellen get that quarterback? Do they make a trade up or back? So yeah, we got wall-to-wall coverage today, BJ. Oh, by the way, the crown will be passed today on Idaho Sports Talk.
3:15.
The crown I'm talking about is Ryan Clady. He has the crown of being the earliest draft pick in Boise State football history. He will give that crown tonight to Ashton Jeanty, who will become earliest or highest draft pick, I should say, in the history of the program. Ryan Clady, 3:15 today.
Yeah, don't miss that. That's going to be a great interview. It's going to be a historic day, historic night. They'll get you ready from 3 to 6. Make sure you're following me on social media as well of all kinds of interviews, and we'll set the scene. And as I said, I'm scheduled to talk to Ashton Jeanty after he's picked, as well as Spencer Danielson again after he's picked as well. And we will have a live show, BNN live. I'm hoping I can convince Johnny to jump on. Maybe not, since he's doing the show tomorrow morning. It's the draft, man. Come on. You got to get out of your comfort zone here.
And Ashton Jeanty goes somewhere cool. We'll be texting throughout anyway.
But either way, we'll be live tonight on BNN. We'll be live tonight on BNN after the pick is made with interviews, reaction, all that cool stuff. And historic day for Boise State, and KTIK and BNN have you covered. Johnny, appreciate you as always. Thanks to all of our sponsors, our advertisers, all of our subscribers. Go subscribe if you can. Go check my social media. Check BNN, Bronco Nation on Twitter. And we'll talk to you guys from Lambeau Field here in a couple hours. Historic day here in Green Bay. Boise State, Ashton Jeanty. Where's he going to go? We're all going to find out together here in a couple hours. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jackson's, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.